Hello all, welcome to the channel. Today I'm bringing you a run through of the really nasty bankers game, and I have brought you an overview recently as well if you want to go and have a look at a shorter insight on this one. Now this is 2 to 6 players. It's brought to us by these guys at the top. How greedy are you? How greedy are your family and friends? So this is a low complexity game, folks. It's for the family. There's roll and move. I thought I really want to bring this one for those sort of family audience, a little bit of fun. And I've played the really nasty horse racing game. Haven't had a chance to play this, and now I have, and I thought, you know what, there's some nice sort of theme to this. You've got these asset groups: property, mortgage, stock, currency and commodities, and you are in charge of your bank's money. So you got Rip Off Banking Group. I love the names in this game. You got Full of Crooks, SKBC. So we're taking some of the larger organisations out there. And you start with $1 million. I've got a 3-player setup, just me as usual, and we are trying then to utilise our bank's money, and we will be placing these out into the market, and you'll be acquiring profits back, hopefully, for those investments, depending on where the bust market currently is and the boom market. Other players are going to deceive you, and potentially they may try and play these regulator cards, which is a fun aspect. And that'll be basically, checking how much you've invested in a certain asset group. And if it is more than 7 billion in one of those markets, then you are going to be paying compensation and losing those cards you've invested there. But if you are actually under the 7 billion or 7 billion under, you are going to get compensation, having been challenged by the regulator. So let's dive kind of straight in then. You've got a few simple actions on the board. You're going to start here, work your way around. As I say, roll and move. If you get doubles, you roll again and you keep rolling. And there's only a select handful of spots. You've got boom or bust. If you land there, you can either spin the boom marker or the bust. You could do nothing, or you could play a really nasty card. Some of them let you fix the market in terms of the boom. Others let you fix maybe the bust. So you could play one of those rather than spinning it. So these really nasty cards bring in some nice variety. You got things like market fixing, invite someone to lunch if you go to this restaurant, which is kind of preventing you from taking your turn because you need to roll higher than an 8, I believe it is. What else we've got? These guys have got loads of market fixing ones, and these are all secret. You got out to lunch, so you can send a banker to that restaurant. Public bailouts, you take back your lost bank investments when a market is crashed. So some nice variety there, and these are all secret. Okay, so we will start off with the greediest banker. Rip Off, should we say? Rip Off. So they start here. We're going to roll this dice. What have we got? We got a 10. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I mentioned you got a boom or bust spot. That's where you spin the spinner. Cash or crash then determines which market you want to either cash in. So you want to do the boom market to cash in currently the mortgage market, if anyone had investments there, hopefully yourself. Or you could crash the bust market, which is on the mortgage market as well. So you probably, it depends what people's investments are there and what time it is. So other spots, you can actually place investments, and you have to. So landing here, we have to place one of our, one of these on either the property market, the mortgage market, or the currency market. Now we're looking at these, and there's about 3 zeros in there. And why are the 3 zeros? Because you want to bluff people and maybe go, right, I've got loads of cards here. Someone plays a regulator card thinking you've invested heavy, and you reveal them, and there's zero value there. And these work, they're all the way up from 1 billion up to 10 billion, I believe. So we are going to go for 9 billion. Sneaky. No one knows what we've put. Not even ourselves can relook at this. You have to try and have a bit of memory and remember what you've placed out. So we're going to place this one here. You can place it in any of them there, and has to be one of these 3 asset groups. Now, if this was all full, you couldn't do that. You'd have to go on one of the other 2 ones, so the yellow or the red. And if they're all full, then you're going to have to skip your go. Now, you're aiming in this game to make 10 million in profit. You start with 1 million, and you will hit that 10 million, ends the game. Whoever has the most money is the winner. It might be someone else managed to accrue more money than you. Or if a player can't actually place one of these anymore, and you land on the spot and you haven't got any more to place, that triggers game end. Whoever has the most money is the winner. So they have invested. They haven't got a double, so next player goes clockwise. And they've got a free 1, 2, 3. And these spots at the end, they kind of give you the opportunity to do pretty much whatever you want. You could choose a cash or a crash, a boom or a bust, or you can invest in any asset group. So they've landed here. We've got we got stock market, we've got currency market, we've got commodity. We're going to gamble, folks. We're going to go for the big payoffs. We're going to put 8 billion. No one knows that. We're going to go there, and you can see. Property market, it's a bit less vulnerable in terms of the probabilities of the spinner hitting the bust, but it only pays out 100,000 per billion you've invested there, whereas you creep up 200 grand, 300, 400, 500, so you're going to get 500 grand for each 1 billion you have invested on this one. So some really nice payouts. The more riskier the markets, but look at the size of that potential. Okay, so we were full of cook. Now we have to put one, well, we've already done that one and we went heavy on commodity markets. Over to SKBC, we got a 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Boom or bust. So they pick a spinner, and depending on where it is, oh no, not depending on where it is, they get a chance to spin it. So they're both on the mortgage markets. Now, they're not actually invested anywhere, so they're going to spin the bust, hopefully hit a currency or commodity so they can affect their opponents, and then they move on. You can't actually do it. Commodity market, the odds have come in. So at the moment, if it stays like that and someone lands on this cash or crash, that player could crash the commodity market and they lose their investments. So instead, you could have done nothing on this spot, or you could have played one of those really nasty cards to maybe fix the market instead. So you could have changed the boom to the stock market one instead, but they haven't made any investments yet, so they're not gonna worry about that. So back around then, we got a 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are going to invest. Maybe we're going to follow our opponents, invest in the commodity market, a sneaky 8 billion. Over to Fuller Crooks. We got 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You have to make an investment. Maybe we're equally going to go back in here and we're going to go all in. We're going to, well, not all in for 4 billion, let's just say. And they also get another go, a double. We got another double, 1, 2. Maybe we're going to hedge our bets a little bit, and we're going to go for what we got. We got the stock market. Oh, well, we're looking at this. Oh, we've invested in the bust. Ouch. Maybe the mortgage market. We want to get in there. Oh, it's risky times for Fuller Crooks. They've gone all in on the commodity market. It could go bust if another player lands on it. Okay. But they have another roll. Maybe they can get to the bank. Okay, well, we got 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they are going to choose a cash, which means, oh no, they're not going to choose cash, are they? Well, they're definitely not choosing crash, and the cash is based on the boom market. So at the moment, this market is going to be paying out. We could spin it. Maybe we could, well, we'd have to use the boom or bust to spin it, but then it wouldn't be our go to be able to get the cash. So we're going to cash in now while we can. Or maybe we want to spin the bust. Or maybe we want to affect the bust. So let's look at our cards. Can we affect the bust one? We can. So maybe we're going to spend or play this card. It's gone bust. Move the bust marker to the currency market. It's taking the risk off the commodity because we could have cashed this out. But we want to try and hopefully get it. Or maybe we could get both. But at the moment, it's on the commodity market could crash, and we've got a lot of money there. We remember we invested a lot. So we're going to play that as our action. Okay, back around to SKBC. We got a 3, 1, 2, 3. They're going to invest, a bit safer maybe. They're going to go into the property market with a 4 billion. I wouldn't recommend it myself. You've got to go big in this game to earn. Back around Ripple set. We got a 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're equally invested in this market. Now, what they could do is go regulator. So where are we? We are, who moved that? Ripple, was it? They could play a regulator card at any point and challenge this player. So this player then has to reveal. So they got a 4. They've been sneaky. They got more than that 7 billion. So they've got 12. So it doesn't matter how much over. They have to roll these dice and they're going to pay compensation. So 4, it's a double. They have to roll again and add it on. 4 plus the 4, that is 8 times 100 grand for each pip. So 800 grand is coming from this blue player. And, well, you'd break up some change and hand it to this bank here. Now, If it had have been under 7 billion or 7 billion or under, then the player, well, Rip-Off in this case, would have had to then compensate that player for the inconvenience. So this card's being used. These come off because they have been a bit cheeky with their investments in that market. Now, Rip-Off are on here and they're like, well, now I'm definitely going to cash out. Oh, but the cash isn't actually on the commodity market. Let's look at what cards we've got here then. Maybe we're just going to spin the boom market. We'll take a piece of that. Now, you would have transferred that money over, and if a company, if a bank doesn't have the money to pay, you just top it from the bank for the player who won the compensation. So, boom is on commodity market now, and we are over to Fuller Crooks. So, they got a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're going back in. They haven't learned their lesson. They're going to go in the commodity market again. And maybe they're going to go zeros, but they're going to go with a safe 7 billion in the hope that this player is on their side of the three players. These two want this to work, and the commodity market currently is in the boom. So we are going over to SKBC. They've got 2, boom or bust. So they could bust the currency market. Probably good. They're not going to help these guys out. So bust then. They're going to bust this market. Which is the currency. The pink player, you reveal to everyone what it was. They lose that, which is, ouch, 9 billion. So they lose that's out of the game. And they had a double, so they carry on rolling. They got 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Have I done that right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Boom or bust again. Actually, was that boom or bust? Apologies, I think I bust when it wasn't on a cash or crash. I can't remember now. If it was a boom or bust, I should have span it rather than crash the market. But let's just assume it was on a cash or crash and they decided to crash the currency market. So give me a demonstration of a crash then. Okay, and let's say they roll 5 and they go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another cash or crash. No one's on the currency market. They're not really going to want to cash this one in. Let's just assume, because I'm not going to play a full game, let's just assume they had invested on here as well. They've gone to cash. Everyone reveals the currency market because it's been cashed in. And every player gets a multiplier of 7 billion times the 500 grand per billion. So what's that, 3.5 million? That's a great payout. So this is discarded. 3.5 million is paid out from the bank to that player. And each player, does that multiplication, discards these, and you're on your way for 10 million for the win. So you've got to really make the most of these cards you've got and where you're going to put them and how you're going to manipulate these with these really nasty cards and when you're going to cash out, how you're going to fool the other players of using some of those zeros and maybe they're going to pay you compensation for having played the regulated card on you. So you keep going, folks. If you do go in the restaurant, it says there you're going to have to roll a certain number to get out. You can invite other people there as well. So a lot of simplistic things, only a certain number of actions to do, but it really portrays this market in a very simplistic manner. Property mortgage and commodities and the high risk and the probabilities of this spinner hitting the certain things on the bust market and the boom. There we are, folks. Great one for the family, this. Enjoy.